Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on The Great Divide, starring Ken Jeong in a drama movie about a family that moves to Wyoming and experiences racism. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 16, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Book 16, the Kindle version now available. The book version will be available soon. Thanks again to all who came out to the Morristown Library tonight for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. What a crowd. What a great crowd that was. And next up, Wednesday, I'll be at the Brightview Senior Place, and that is in Woodbury. And then on Halloween, Thursday, I'll be at Level Up Entertainment from 12 to 4. That's in the Hamilton Mall. And then on Friday, I will be in Chatsworth at Busby's Eatery and General Store for Pasta Night with the Jersey Devil from 6 to 8. So if you'd like to attend that, make sure you get some reservations right now. And I know I'm clicking through the entire trailer here, but yeah, it doesn't look great. And here's why. First off, the racism is treated very ham-fistily, I'll say. Who wrote this thing? Directed by Gene Shim and written by Gene Shim, Martina Nagel, and Jeff Yang. And yeah, the racism here is hitting you over the head. Just smacking you across the head. Racism, 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 racism. I know, Joe. And Ken Jeong seems totally out of place in this movie. 100% out of place. He doesn't appear to have the acting chops at all for this. He's playing a character who's basically a smartass like him. Like he always plays in the movies. And he comes off as Ken Jeong being in trying to be in a drama. It doesn't look good. I don't believe him at all in the drama. There's like one drama note in the trailer. I don't believe it at all, Joan, you done barking at me? This is what she does. Oh, take the blanket off me. Put the blanket on me. Take the blanket off. So yeah, I hold on. Here, get down if you're gonna be a pest. There you go. Now you're on the floor. So Ken Jeong just doesn't look good for this. I don't know what happened to him. He was pretty funny on Community. He's great in the first Hangover movie, as is everybody. Somewhere along the way, I think, you know, a guy like him, he gets super famous, and now they're trying to give him room to grow. But does he have the talent? I just would say no. I mean, he just comes across like he always comes across, and it's supposed to be a serious drama. Yeah, it's not going to work. You can't be a light goofball and then 1 minute and then turn around and go, the racism. It might be the script, though. The script, again, seems pretty ham-fisted. You know, it's like one of those they used to call them after-school specials, where the racists are these two-dimensional characters. They even have the line, "I don't see color." Like, really? That's the best line you can come up with? You're talking about, you're doing a movie about racism in America? Which, by the way, again, it's 2024. You know, I live in South Jersey. It's pretty rural. I don't really experience a whole lot of racism here. I haven't in like decades. You know, back in the day, back in the 70s, yeah, there was some racism. There's some racism, and I'd be like, oof. These days, not like this. I mean, you could interpret some people's well-meaning sentences as maybe racist, maybe read between the lines and hear some racism. That's about as strong as the racism gets these days. in a lot of cases. We're talking like you got people walking up to them like, I don't like you people. Like, what year is this that you made this movie? And this takes place in the modern day. Don't get me wrong. It takes place 100% in the modern day. It just doesn't happen anymore. People don't act that way. There's the internet. You know, when I was a kid, I had never, when I went to grammar school, a kid in my class was Jewish, and I was like, oh, Jewish. I don't know what that is. Because I had never met a Jewish person before, and he explained to me certain Jewish things that he could explain. I don't know, we were like 8. And that's, because you just didn't meet a lot of people back in the day. Now it's different. You can meet people on the internet all day long from all over the world. Back in the day, people lived in isolated communities to a small extent. Is there racism? Yeah, in other parts of the world where you're friggin' isolated and you've never met a person of another race in your entire life, and then suddenly you meet them, maybe under bizarre circumstances that aren't too good, and you immediately don't like him, and then you assume everybody else is like him who's of that race or whatever. But in America, in the United States, even in Wyoming, they have internet, okay? Asian people are not Martians from another planet. I just didn't buy this movie at all. It just seemed to hang itself on the worst possible racist tropes, and it just seemed to beat you over the head. And the movie's called A Great Divide. Between what? Are you trying to gin up another race war, Hollywood, or something? What is going on? And Ken Jeong is the absolute wrongest person to put in a movie like this. I don't believe for a second his dramatic arc, whatever you want to call it. He just comes off as Ken Jeong goofing around in a movie until the one moment he's supposed to be serious, and I just don't believe him. I guess he's supposed to be the dad. He's not even driving. If he's the dads drive. The dads usually drive. I mean, unless like he broke his foot or something, then his wife would drive him. I think on a family road trip, yeah, the dad's gonna drive. So this whole movie just comes off as if somebody wrote it and they kind of didn't know what they were talking about, like they kind of hadn't experienced this. So I'll take a stab at it. First act, Asian family moves to Wyoming, probably for business. And it doesn't help either that Ken Jeong makes fun of the people in a Wyoming restaurant. Like he makes fun of their accent, and then they ask the waitress for steak sandwiches, and the waitress is like, oh, we don't have any. And then somebody points out, oh, well, they're having them at the next table. And then she says, well, we just ran out. Now, it could be that the waitress is a two-dimensional racist character, which I suspect that's the case. But, man, there's a better way to set that up. There's such a better way to set that up. And that was not it. Because by having Ken Jeong make fun of the people in the restaurant, you kind of undermine the racist aspect of the waitress. And is she really racist, or is she just annoyed that Ken Jeong insulted everybody in her restaurant? So this is a movie looking for a problem, I would say. But anyhow, they move there and they experience tons of racism. Tons and tons and tons of it throughout the second act. But in the third act, they persevere. And the racists get their comeuppance, and everybody's happy. And they're going to live in America. God damn it. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. I don't want to talk about this stupid movie anymore. Check me out on Kindle, Amazon. Book 16. Kindle is out. The book should be live hopefully within the next 12 hours or so. Tuesday, I'm off. Finally, a day off. I'm going to go bowling. Wednesday, I will be at the Bright View Senior Facility in Woodbury. at 2:30 for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. On Thursday, Halloween, I'll be at Level Up Entertainment in the Hamilton Mall from 12 to 4. Looking forward to seeing the trick-or-treaters. And then on Friday, I'm going to be in Chatsworth, yes, the capital of the Pines, at Busby's Eatery and General Store for pasta night with the Jersey Devil. I'm going to do my whole shtick. It starts at 6, ends at 8. Reservations are required, so book now. Hope to see you there. We'll see you tomorrow.